Hi Pisces, Pisces placements. Welcome to Pisces Tarot and Advice and welcome to your daily reading. Hope you're doing well. Let's see what's going on for you at the time you find this video, what that day could be about for you. It could be a heads up about a situation that hasn't happened yet, or it could be advice on something that has already happened. Keep in mind, take messages as they resonate. Don't force anything to fit. Alright Pisces, let's see what we got going on for you. For Pisces placements. At the time you find this video, we have the Eight of Swords, so you could be in your head a lot at this time, overthinking something, not sure what to believe in a situation, not sure what the truth is in a situation, feeling stuck, feeling like you don't have options, or maybe you have too many options and it's information overload. Let's see for Pisces placements. What's the advice at the time they find this reading? Okay. Alright, we're still going through my collection. We're still in the so-called creepy section. Today we have the Pope Girls Tarot deck. It's one of my favorite decks, but I say that about a lot of my decks. Alright. Bottom of the deck, nice, we have the Star. And the Star is truth, clarity. It's also an energy of wish fulfillment. I get this as an energy of relief, healing. It can also be talking about fame, popularity, being in the spotlight somehow. You being starry-eyed or someone's starry-eyed when they look at you. Okay, Aquarius energy could be significant. In today's energy here, we have Judgment. I don't know what is classed as nudity anymore. So Judgment is, I get this as a wake-up call. I also get this as getting the news you were hoping to get, getting the phone call you were hoping to get, getting the message you were hoping to get, receiving communication that something is go, something is a yes for you. Let me just make sure we're compliant. Okay, that's how it's coming up. For those of you, I feel like you might be saying yes to something with this energy as well. What's going to challenge you? We have Death. Major Arcana is a look at that. So Scorpio energy could be challenging for you, but this talks about some sort of ending. It's also releasing something that has ended a while ago. So first of all, accepting that something is ending and that ended, and then just releasing it to heal. Is also coming up here. For those of you, this is the news that something is finally done. And with the Death card, it's important to just let it be done, okay? To kind of clear it from your head, your energy. Like if it's a breakup or a divorce and it's final, it's done. Now is the time to clear things out. Now is the time to clear your space, out of sight, out of mind. You know, you can start focusing on your healing after that and just move forward, basically, right? Whereas if we still have stuff from the other person or that belongs to the other person or pictures or whatever, they're still present in our minds. And in order for the healing to start, it's not ignoring that, but it's just removing any further reminders, okay? We just sit with our lessons. We don't have to sit with their energy. Do you see what I'm saying? We bring it back to us. We make it about us. For those of you, there's definitely a big opportunity coming in here, some sort of invitation, or you're being told, hey, Pisces, you could have this, do you want it? Are you interested? And it's a pretty big deal. And in order for you to accept that and pursue it, you'd have to completely change either your life or your routine. So you might have to move for it. You might have to end a relationship. You might have to start a relationship because this could be the one for you, right? I don't know. You might have to walk away from a career path. You might have to put your business on hold because there's this amazing career opportunity, or vice versa. You might have to walk away from a job to really dive into your business, or if you're like in the arts in any way, or trying to break it into show business, make it into show business, right? You're having to step away from friends, family, a job, where you live, I don't know, to pursue this amazing once in a lifetime opportunity. And that could be, it's something amazing, but it's also something a little scary at the same time. On the mind here, what you're going to see, hear, experience, think, we have the Queen of Cups, and this is contemplation. I feel like you're fully aware of what is being offered. You're fully aware of the potential of something. And this is you contemplating with the Queen of Cups. Okay, do I accept this? Or do I make this offer? Now, for some of you, if I see it in the cards, I'll talk about it. But for some of you, this can be someone from your past that you had a falling out with. It can be an ex. It can be a former friend. It can be a family member that you had a falling out with. And you made a decision to step away from them, disown them, never speak to them again. You may hear from them talking about healing or apology or whatever. The Death card shows up as a challenge here, meaning for some of you, this is saying it ended for a reason. Do you really want to open that box up again? Because it has nothing new to offer you. Okay. For others of you, depending on what the situation is, this is something that can be healed, but it requires for you to really forgive and forget. Okay. And that's not as easy as it sounds. Okay. To completely clear the slate with Judgment and Death card, pretend like it didn't happen, right? Remember the lessons, but not hold grudges, as it were, in order to give something a fresh start if you wanted to do that, okay? In the foundation, what it's all about here, we have the Knight of Swords. So something coming in very quickly. This can be a bit of tension, a bit of chaos, a bit of conflict. Someone could be a bit obsessed, a bit too focused on you or something with you. They can come across a bit rash. They can come across a bit insensitive. Things are happening very quickly as well. So with the Judgment and the Knight of Swords in the foundation, if this is an offer, if this is an invitation, if this is an opportunity, it has a time limit on it. Okay? All right. In the recent past, yeah, look at it, Six of Cups. And this is nostalgia, thinking about things, people, places from the past where you had happy memories. This can be sibling energy. This can be someone you grew up with if it's not sibling. Like I say, someone you had once upon a time. There was a lot of love between you and this person, or between you and this thing, or you and for this place, whatever it is, okay? For some of you, there's a big decision here of, do you move back to the family home? Do you move back to the town you grew up in? Do you go back to school to pick up something you left off, put aside, stepped away from? Do you return to a program that you had to put on pause? Okay, and it's something demanding. You'd have to change routines. You'd have to make time and space for it. Maybe be away from home more, be away from family more, be away from your loved ones more. But this has to do with a return, okay? And the outcome, and the Page of Cups. And this is, this is nice messages, communication that is loving and lovely. It can be apologies extended and received and exchanged. It can be loving messages. It can be praise, recognition, talking about happy things, talking about happy times, or the conversations that you're having are making you feel hopeful, okay, over whatever the situation is. So if you're reaching out to something or someone to see if it's still there, to see if it's still available, to see if you can fix something, to see if you can start something over, this is a positive message. This is saying that they will be open to that, okay? You will be able to go back. You will be able to fix. You will be able to restore and heal, right? Rebuild. If it's the other way around, this is where you're saying, I'm entertaining this. I'm thinking about it. You're taking a small step towards it, giving it a chance, seeing what happens, trying to keep an open mind about it. Okay, now just to be clear, because whenever we talk about exes, people hear different things. This is not the person that ruined you. Okay, this isn't the on again, off again, 15 million chances and they still don't get their stuff together. This isn't the person that abused you. This isn't the person that used you and discarded you. Just to be clear, okay? Whatever happened in the past, there was just a clash. You reached a breaking point once, okay? Or it was about a non-negotiable, okay, where they had to move for their career. They asked you to move with them. You said, I can't do that. Love you, can't do it, right? Or it was over having children. One of you wanted them, the other didn't. If this is a romantic relationship, yeah? And maybe some things have changed in the meantime. Someone's changed their mind, changed their attitude. Now you're on the same page. It's that kind of energy. Or it's something where you were too young when you first got together. You know how people say that. So this could be like high school sweethearts and stuff like that. It's not the crazy ex, just to be clear. All right, so let's get clarification here for Pisces. What kind of return is this, and where is it going? With judgment in the current situation, wow, we have the Emperor. We've seen the Emperor recently, so Aries energy, authority figure, father figure, paternal energy, but more importantly, this is someone who's very mature, very serious, very stable, male or female, doesn't matter. Okay? So someone is coming to you with a very serious, well thought out offer or proposition. Okay? And again, this could be someone you work with. It could be someone you have history with. It could be your own father figure, or for some of you, I'm even seeing, if it's an ex, you might have already divorced them. Okay. Because of some sort of seemingly unsurmountable issue. And also it could be something where it was very rigid in the past and now it's a bit more flexible. I don't know if that's a person or rules or restrictions. And the challenge with the Death card, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, for some of you, this is something that you weren't happy that it ended. Okay, this is something that you always look back to because you have a lot of happy memories there. Okay, but it's not the hot and cold breadcrumbing. You have one good day in the month and the rest is hell, but you keep hoping for that one good day to come back. I just want to be clear, okay? I'm not encouraging you to go back to bad relationships or unhealthy people and dynamics. This is something where there was just a lot of happy memories there, or you had to keep in contact. Even though your dynamic ended, you had to keep in contact because you had something in common, whether it's children or a business or a mutual investment. So there was always a reason to keep interacting, or for communication lines to be open. Okay. For those of you, this is someone who has regret because they gave up too soon or they gave up too easily. Okay, this might be an ending that they caused or they initiated. They're the ones that walked away. And in hindsight, now that they've matured, they do have regret over how easily they walked away, how easily they gave up. And maybe that's just what they want to tell you. The Page of Cups doesn't always mean, they want to reconcile with you. This is someone who just wants to clear the air with you, wants to get some things off their chest. To make it right by you, right? Whatever the situation is. The Six of Cups in the recent past here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So in the recent past, there may have been some sort of interaction or some sort of gift giving or receiving, or you came across, again, things or pictures or gifts that this person gave you at some point in time, or things you bought for them and never got a chance to give them, or some sort of object that made you think of them, or vice versa, and then they contact you. This can be the mother of someone's children with this energy, or grandmother as well. And for those of you, it is talking about something that was a long-term goal for you at some point in time, a long-term plan, a long-term investment, and maybe you had to walk away from it because of some sort of strong figure telling you to do so, or the restrictions were too great, or the sacrifices became too great, or whatever. And so you just kind of did what someone else told you to do and walked away from it, and you always regretted doing that. This is where you're now going back to it and saying, you know what? I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to pick that back up. I'm going to re-look at that, reinvest in that. Okay. Queen of Cups on the mind. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're reviewing, looking at plans, strategies. Does this have a future? Could this work? How would I make this work? So if you're returning to something and you have to make time and room and space for it in your life, you're like, okay, where am I going to put this? How am I going to make the schedule work? How am I going to make the classes? Could I take this as online, stuff like that. Making plans, strategies. Could I make this happen? Could I make this work? Okay, let's look in the foundation. You have the Knight of Swords, the Six of Swords. Yeah, look at that. Someone's returning, rushing. Where they left before, they now want to return. Okay, another 6. So we have balance, balancing something out, healing something. The energy of harmony. If this isn't something that, if this is something that only recently ended or went separate ways or whatever, this is where someone changed their mind. Now they're rushing back, hoping that you're still there, you haven't left, or you're not over it, right? So if you got turned away from something or rejected, told, yeah, you didn't get the job, we went with someone else, that someone else didn't work out, now the hiring companies rushing back to you saying, Pisces, do you still want this? Right? It could be that kind of energy. Okay. Page of Cups in the outcome. Look, we have the Ace of Cups. The love is still there. The interest is still there. Your heart is still there. 6 of Pentacles. And this is mutual give and take, exchanging gifts, accepting what is offered. Or if you're applying for a loan to be able to pay for this, it's getting approved for you. Under the Star, we have the 7 of Cups. Again, this is something in the 6 of Wands you've been thinking about, dreaming about, contemplating for quite some time, but it's just been something you thought about. And recently there's been some sort of concrete step taken with the Queen of Pentacles, whether it was a conversation that told you that the door is still open, whether it is you found your old, I'm seeing like a backpack that you used to wear to go to school or those classes, or you found some old pictures. Like, oh my God, yeah, that was amazing. Why did I ever stop? I don't remember, right? That kind of thing. And the Wheel of Fortune with the 6 of Wands. And it's like, now I'm going to do it because now's the right time to do it. I'm going to make it happen. And you're taking action with the Ace of Wands. I'm loving this. All right. So this is pretty cool. This is a return you want, a return you're interested in, a return you're initiating. It's going to go very well. It will be well received. It will be reciprocated. Whatever you're asking for will be granted to you. Again, just make sure you have a plan, you have a strategy, you've thought things out, think long term so that, you're prepared and you don't have to step away from this if things that get difficult again, right? Overcoming some sort of hurdle. For those of you, like I say, this is someone who regrets walking away so easily is what I hear, giving up so easily, and they're returning, if not to pick things back up with you, but to tell you that because they want to get that off their chest. I also hear they want to say that it wasn't you. If they told you that in the past, I don't know. So they want to take accountability for what happened. And for those of you, like I say, you're going back to something that you once loved to do or pursued. It was a dream of yours. And maybe someone told you, you know what, Pisces, you're never going to make money with that. You should just get a regular job. And maybe you did. But the passion's always been there. Your heart has always been there. You always went back in your mind to doing what it is that you had to walk away from or you chose to walk away from at the time. On a day-to-day, this could also translate as if you're canceling a subscription, you're renewing subscriptions at this time because you're saying, you know what, that really worked for me. So, I had to cut back on expenses at some point in time, but that always worked for me. So whenever you thought about, I don't know if it's something you use if it's like an app or if it's a subscription you use for your food or to work out, and you're going, you know what, I always had good results with that. I'm going to go back to that and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to cut back on other expenses. I'm not going to cut back on this again because this really worked for me. So this is like in hindsight, you learn some things, you're doing things differently, and you're going back to what worked, cutting things out that don't work as well, right? So you could be renewing subscriptions at this time, going back to an old trainer, going back to an old type of program, exercise routine, coming up with a schedule or finding an old schedule you used to use, right? Get up at this time, work out, and then do this and that because you're like, you know what, that really worked for me. I'm going to do that again with this energy here. revisiting. So I don't know if it's like reconnecting with family, friends, people you haven't seen in a long time, going to a place that you haven't been to in a long time, but it's something that, or it's a place that used to always make you happy. For some of you, I feel like you may be visiting someone who's passed on. I'm seeing like a cemetery. I'm seeing like a gravestone. And you're just kind of getting some stuff off your chest when it comes to the relationship between you and that person. It can be mother figure, father figure, sibling, old friend they may have lost touch with, and for whatever reason, you never quite got a chance to reconnect before it was too late, and so on and so forth, right? And this is very healing, very cathartic. I feel like you're going to be seeing either doves, butterflies, sparkles of light. I don't know how that resonates. It could just be lights flashing on a car, in traffic, on your phone. I don't know. And that will be your sign that they heard you and they received what you're saying. And if it's like you're giving them an apology or something, they're saying that it's okay. They're telling you they're forgiving you, and so on and so forth. Okay, it's quite beautiful. But yeah, Pisces, that's what I'm seeing. A really cool day. Really cool day. I'm seeing definitely something turning around quickly. If you're ending something, you're turning around, you're changing your mind, you're saying, no, you know what? No, that works for me. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to go back to it. You could be going out with drinks with someone. This could be someone they haven't spoken to in a long time. If you're talking to new people with this energy, you'll find that the more you talk to each other, the more you discover how much you have in common. I also feel like if you agreed to something, you accepted an invitation, and then you're now second guessing yourself and going, you know what, how do I get out of it? This is saying you should go because you'll be very pleasantly surprised. You're going to have a very pleasant experience. You're going to learn some new things. You could be making some new emotional connections or deepening a relationship. It feels like something that you agree to, and then you're like, oh, I don't know why I said that. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know what's going to happen. How do I get out of it? And this is saying, you know what, you should try to go because you'll actually have a really wonderful experience. Or if it's something that, again, you consider stepping away from or saying, actually, I changed my mind, but you're doing it anyway, I feel like you're going to be really, really pleasantly surprised. You're going to be really happy that you didn't turn away. You're going to be really happy that you gave this a chance. It's something that doesn't look like much at face value. I don't know what it is, if it's an invitation to talk about business, an invitation to talk about job opportunities or promotion, or an invitation to a date, or someone like an acquaintance that's wanting to spend more time with you and become friends or something like that, or deepening a friendship or fixing a friendship. It's something that when you think about it, you're like, oh, I don't know what could come of it. I don't think it's worth my time. But you go anyway, and you have this really beautiful, I'm so glad I came type of experience, okay? Because I am seeing something that has been agreed upon or scheduled, and you're thinking, how am I going to get out of it, right? And then you end up going and having a really beautiful time, okay? Having some sort of wish fulfillment, or something that just gives you a lot of emotional contentment, and some sort of new beginning as well, okay? So Pisces, that's what I'm seeing. I hope this helps. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.